Hello there, good afternoon. Storm Darragh is set to bring a very unsettled weekend with heavy outbreaks of rain, some snow in Scotland and also some very strong winds. There are multiple Met Office warnings issued, including yellow and amber warnings, as well as a red warning for western parts of Wales. So a very unsettled weekend ahead with some severe gales at times. To start off though, taking a look at the bigger picture, it's the calm before the storm. We've got a ridge of high pressure bringing largely settled conditions, particularly for eastern areas. But Storm Darragh moves its way in from the west, dragging in some frontal systems, bringing out some heavy outbreaks of rain at times, and also notice the squeeze in the isobars too. So some very strong winds associated with this storm as it moves across the country. So across Northern Ireland, we'll start to see those heavy outbreaks of rain this afternoon. They'll slowly move their way into western parts of Scotland, western parts of England and Wales. The driest and brightest of the weather across the far east, where we'll see plenty of hazy sunshine as we see a build of high cloud. And we will start to see winds pick up, particularly in western areas, as this rain starts to move through as well. So some strong blustery weather on its way, heavy outbreaks of rain, temperatures generally between highs of 10 to 12 Celsius in the southwest. Through into the evening, we'll continue to see those heavy outbreaks of rain move their way across the country, falling as snow across hilly areas in Scotland and turning very blustery indeed. The bulk of the country are going to see some very strong winds away from the far north of Scotland, but it's in western areas across Northern Ireland where we have the amber warning issued, where we're likely to see some gales at times, and western parts of Wales seeing very strong winds indeed, where we have the red warning issued. So do stay up to date with those on our Met Office website. Now, the interesting thing about this storm is the winds are all of a sudden going to become very strong indeed, particularly in western areas where we have the amber and red warnings issued. So it will turn from kind of blustery weather, all of a sudden very strong winds, likely to see some severe gales at times. So wind gusts around western coasts and coasts of Northern Ireland, perhaps even reaching inland at times as well. We could see between 70 to 80 miles per hour, and where that red warning is issued, 90 miles per hour winds are possible. So do avoid travelling if possible through the early hours of Saturday. Taking a look at temperatures then, it's set to be a rather chilly night, but in those brisk winds as well, that's going to add on to the wind chill. So even so, it's going to be very blustery and feeling very chilly in those strong winds through the early hours of Saturday. And that theme pretty much continues through into the start of the weekend as well. So continuing to see those heavy outbreaks of rain, heavy at times, still falling as snow across northern areas, mainly across Scotland. And that main band of rain sitting across central and southeastern areas by the end of the day, at plenty of blustery showers moving their way in from the north too. Turning largely dry across Northern Ireland's perhaps far western areas, but those strong winds set to continue even through into the afternoon on Saturday. And as I say, the strongest winds likely in western areas, but it's going to be across most of the country that are going to see a very blustery day away from the very far north of Scotland. And taking a look at those temperatures, once again, highs of around 9–10 Celsius in the south, but once again, those brisk northerly winds really taking the edge off the temperatures. So this is more likely what it's actually going to feel like outside. Now, the strong winds are likely to bring very large waves around coastal areas, so it's safe to stay away from those areas and in general, avoid travel this weekend if possible, as the storm is likely to bring widespread disruption. So very strong winds and heavy rain likely to cause some disruption over the weekend, and there are multiple weather warnings issued across the country. So as I say, stay up to date on our website for those. And for more updates on the storm or for general everyday weather, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you don't miss any updates. Bye for now.